Hello. Hi. Sorry. I was like troubleshooting, fixing, and then I didn't realize. Oh, I've been just sitting here for a while. Hi. Oh, let's see what I have. Thank you for checking in, Ripco, and thank you for checking in, Weetabix. And hi, Weetabix. I ended up starting not even that late. I was like a few minutes late because I was just sitting here thinking about if I want to like order food now or later, and I couldn't make up my mind. I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to get the food delivery now, but I feel like I don't really want to get up. I don't really want to get up during stream to go pick up the food. So we'll just deal with it. I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Tuesday. I feel like today flew by. I didn't even realize, like, I was doing my work, locked in, laser focused after my midday afternoon nap, and I was just like doing so much, doing so many things. I didn't even realize it was already like almost 6 p.m. And then I was like, I gotta think about dinner. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's already 6 p.m. Order food, then run an ad break. No, I just don't like. I don't like the loud noise it makes, and it'll like spook me during stream to have the loud, like, my alarm when they buzz to get entry into my complex. It makes like a really loud noise, and I really hate hearing the noise. And I know I'm gonna get scared because I won't realize when it's coming. I'll just wait until after stream. The loud noise that my apartment makes to signify hello, someone's here for you is so like scary. I've been here for years now, and I still get spooked when I don't expect, if I'm not like bracing. If I don't brace for the loud ding dong. It's not even a ding dong. It's like a brrr, bzzz. It's so loud. I wish I knew like how to change that. But this apartment's so old. It's not even like a proper telecom. It's like a phone. I pick up the phone to let them in. A landline phone. I know some of you might not know what that means. I don't pick up my mobile phone. Oh no, my pen's not working again. I don't know why it's been having problems starting. Oh, just kidding. It wasn't me. It wasn't the pen. It was me. Hey, I don't know what we're drawing. I think I said I'm gonna draw chibis. I had like an idea to draw, and then I realized like I don't really want to do it. It's just gonna be like there were some pieces I have that are like an eternal work in progress state, which is like, if you're an artist, you know what this is. This feeling of like you have things that are constantly just like never done. They're in draft mode forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And you're like, I'll get those done one day. And I was thinking like we could work on some of those. And then I didn't. I looked at the folder and I was like, I don't really want to work on these right now. I don't really. Landline? What's next? You're gonna say you keep your VTuber files on floppy disk? It's it makes it like whenever I show like someone like new, like someone visits my house, I go, well, look at this. It is a bona fide phone. Except it's not really a bona fide phone. Like there's no, like, you can't do anything with it. There's only one button, and the button is to let someone in. And also, I guess you could hear the people from the intercom. But I don't really talk to them. I just go like, if I know you're coming, you'll please say something. Please say something to me. Don't expect me to talk to you on the landline phone. If I wish I could like rewire it. I would, if I knew any kind of like mechanical skills, I want to take it apart and like remove the thing that makes this horrendous buzzing noise. The loudest buzz in the world. You can literally hear when people on the same floor as me get like guests asking to come in. You can hear it, and I'm like, and it's funny when there's a delivery person. You can tell they're just like pushing the button for everyone that they need, and so you hear this wave of like burr 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 buzz 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 buzz, and it's so annoying. But then I'm like, okay, I know it's going to be my turn next, and then it's in fact I get buzzed. The classic, very very like pre World War II apartment style buildings. I'm like thinking about what kind of chibi I want to do. Sorry, my brain is like, my brain feels like it's still in like work mode. Like I'm just like, I was like so locked in the last hour. I worked a little bit later than I normally do. I worked for free for like an additional hour. How could I? And now I'm like trying to go like, how do I draw again? I feel like I was just like, all I was doing today was like sitting, and I was just sitting there reading so many papers. Reading a lot of papers. Reading a lot of papers about things that are completely out of my depth. I say that, but my job still uses landlines. They use a system from the 80s. Yeah. I mean, if you like, it's you know, old technology and like jobs, it's impossible for them to ever get them out. I think that's like why if you ever go to a science lab, they've got like the computers running some of the most expensive lab protocols, or they're like from the 90s, and they'll never ever be removed because they they're too scared of these like the programs not working on a newer computer. And you know, maybe they're right. Maybe I would rather trust maybe the 90s computer over my over over this computer from the 90s. I mean, no, I would trust the 90s computers over Windows 11. Okay, I should just do, if I can't figure out what to draw, I should do a block, like a color block. That's usually the best way to do this. Hmm. I think I just want a yippee. I want to do a yippee cheepy, like hands up. Less things can go wrong on some of those older systems. Yeah, exactly. Like, and if it's like been working for them for like so long, like some of these labs, they've been around for like literally decades, and they've been using that same computer crusted with whatever lab gunk they've got, and they're not gonna let go of it if it's working for them. It used to use one of those systems you had to memorize commands to use it. Oh my gosh. That I think I'm trying to think of some old crazy things that I like experienced in my lab from like outdated technology. I know this looks really ugly, but it's just like an easy way. It's just an easy way for my brain to like think about what I'm gonna draw. They recently updated it last year because they realized they have no one who can do maintenance on it. And the new one, I hate bugs out all the time. Oh yeah, that's also one of the problems I've noticed. Like, I think this is going to be a problem for a lot of science labs in the coming like decade or so. The people who can actually operate or like operate, maintain, and fix some of these super old machines, they're not gonna be they're not gonna be here anymore. They might they're and those companies, they're probably already saying, yeah, we're not training people on that. Like, we don't even make that anymore. I remember that was an issue for, I can't remember what machine we were even using in my lab, but I was talking to like the service worker, and I was like, "How long have you been doing this?" And he's like, "Oh, like basically my whole life. Like, I've been doing this since I was like able to work." And I was like, "Oh," and he was quite old, and I was like, "So do you have anyone you're teaching?" He's like, "Nope, that was it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So, I'm sure we're gonna see some. It's not. Thankfully, I'm not in a lab. Do I want to do like eyes open? I think eyes open would be good. Maybe eyes. Maybe I'll do it like an animation, so it will be like eyes open and eye closey, and it'll be like yippee, like hand movement. My job involved with the government, so just getting the update took 6 to 7 years. Oh yeah, I think it's the worst, especially when it's like government related. When there's a lot of bureaucracy, layers and layers of bureaucracy involved with anything, it's already doomed. I think I work with a hospital, and it takes like ages to get like updates and things here. Even though you would think like, oh, a hospital wants to be super up to date for their patients, it's just like layers of bureaucracy to get through, and like everything has to be so super carefully like scrutinized because they're worried about like, we don't want to leak any private patient health information, and we don't want to like we don't want any troubles, and we don't want to lose any records, and we don't blah 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 blah, and it just takes forever to get something done. I feel like we're our job, like my job has recently transitioning to a new system, and it feels like they've been talking about transitioning to the system since I joined, and I'm like, oh, we're finally transitioning to that system. Oh, I remember when I was hired and you told me I have to prepare for the time that it transitions, and that was years ago. Oh, okay. I think that is a good sketch. Okay, now I can actually sketch it. Now I can actually sketch it because I have a good idea of what I'm looking at. I can understand why people get really fed up with like working in like companies like that, like where there's just like red tape all over the place. Like, you can't do anything. But I guess because I am literally not affected by most of these things, I'm go like, okay, yeah, you can take forever to do these things. No problem. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I don't need this like new system. But one day it's gonna bite me. One day I am gonna feel the wrath of the red tape. I did closed eyes, but I feel like I want to do like the open eyes. Maybe because like I want both realistically. I want both realistically. Speaking of, time for me to get ready to work on. Good luck with your work. I hope you have a good shift. Work has been so exhausting for me lately. And I just came back from vacation. I think it's just because we have a lot of new projects. First, you will feel the wrath of the autoclave. Yeah, I will. You guys don't. You guys throw me in there every other day. Maybe every other day is even being generous. I get thrown in there once a day. And I thrive still. I thrive. Um. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I literally took. Okay, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I don't know how people can make it through their whole day without a little nap. And I know why. I know it's because some people don't have the privilege to be able to do their little naps, afternoon naps. But I've been trying so hard not to do a 2 p.m. nap. But it's so hard for me not to nap in the middle of the day. My my biphasic sleep like my biphasic sleep schedule is just too strong. I can't go the whole day without like a 30-minute to an hour nap. It's like it's the most miserable feeling when I don't. But then when I do, I still feel really sleepy. Like right now I feel sleepy. I think it's just cuz like I probably didn't eat. I'm probably just really hungry. But this too shall pass. Thrive for now. Oh, okay. I have a can of ginger ale as my special little treat. My special little treat for what? I don't know. But it's my special little treat. I didn't do anything really today to deserve a special treat, but you know, it's my special treat for today. Hmm. I remembered why I have trouble with chibis. I get so distracted on how I want the eyes to look. Like I spend like hours just going like, do I like these eyes? Are they too detailed? Also, I don't like this pen. I really don't like this pen. I don't know why I'm still using this pen, but it's like so like, it's giving me like, it's like grossing me out for some reason. Let me switch to real G pen. I like that way better. Oh, thank you for checking in, Carlotus. Welcome to the Petri dish. Okay, I like that way better. That looks way better. Maybe I want the eye to look more like that. An upturned eyelash. And then what? And then what? Now it looks really thick. It's like when you put too much mascara and eyeliner on. Now it's like, okay, let me go back and remove all this. Let me go back and remove all this junk from my face. Okay. Maybe like that. Eyes are so hard. They're like really fun to draw, and they're so hard to like have I just have trouble having like I feel like a consistent style because I look at so many artists and I go, ooh, that's so pretty. I want to absorb what they're doing. I want to take in their life force. And then like little eyelashes. That looks good. Maybe I don't do that. It's always like so hard, like the level of detail I want to give a chibi versus not giving a chibi. Yeah, okay, I like that. And then I'm going to be a little cheater McCheater and just, just take the eye, take this eye. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just taking it. Wait, why didn't it go? Oh, there it is. There it is. Ah! My hit accuracy. My hit accuracy once again where I hit the menu bar instead of instead of the edit button. It's too hard. Rotate. Yep. It's okay to just copy and paste because it's just a sketch. Who cares? And then maybe we just make her go, yay, yippee. A yippee mouth. We're cheering and celebrating, Chibi. My throat has like a little funny feeling. I wonder if I'm gonna get sick. Or maybe it's because it's like, you know that feeling when it's about to rain and the like atmosphere is just so, it's so like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the feeling of like it's on my shoulders right now. The rain, like it's about to rain and everything's really heavy. Well, yeah. Oh, thank you for checking in, Gren. Hi. And so maybe it's like that. Maybe I'm not getting sick. I think it's just like it's about to rain. It's about to rain really hard. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. But that's not like a special feeling either. It's just literally dark and gloomy and humid. Yeah, like a high air pressure. I think that's why people like that's why old people say like they can feel it in their bones too because like it's literally like changing the atmosphere. Hey, yo, sorry, I forgot to stream when I finished. Oh, don't. I mean, you don't ever have to apologize for being late or anything. Don't forget. You don't even. You know, I appreciate you being here though. I appreciate everyone being here. Uh... I can feel it in my bones too when it's about to rain too. It's a Cajun thing. I'm pretty sure this is just an everybody thing. Like, it's just like, because the whole environment changes. It's hard, like, especially when it's about to be like, when it's like gonna rain a lot and now like it's like really dark and gloomy and like the air pressure is like maximum high. But maybe some people, they just are oblivious, unaware. That could be it because I have like brought an umbrella with me and then people told me like, "Oh, you think it's going to rain?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to rain." But I just checked the weather app. Though lately I haven't been very umbrella-y. I've been super into my rain jacket. I don't know why I didn't make this switch sooner. But I usually don't like using the umbrella cuz I think it's annoying to walk on the sidewalk with umbrellas. And cuz other people are walking with umbrellas with you and the sidewalk is really tiny and then you just kind of like do the little awkward swivel your umbrella so you don't bonk into each other with the umbrellas. And then I was like, I can't handle this anymore, especially in a city. So I've just been wearing my rain jacket. And I'm like, wow, a rain jacket is just so much nicer. I didn't know, why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't I make this transition in my life to rain jacket girl rather than an umbrella girl? Just being able to like put my hood on and then walk around and there's no umbrella holding to be had. You just walk. No one cares. It's crazy. The change in barometric pressure when Hurricane Katrina happened because my mom happened to go into labor. I was born the day. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's crazy. Oh, hello, Gren, and thank you for the head pat. I also recently bought rain boots. I've really been enjoying the rain boots lately. I used to like be okay going around just walking in like sneakers, but I noticed that like it's so hard to do that nowadays because I realize like most of my sneakers are like fabric. And so when I go out, like even a little bit of puddle, my socks get wet. So now I'm like, I can't stand like walking around in sneakers. I'm like, I guess I gotta invest in nice rain boots. It didn't hit me how like I don't have like hard sneakers until like earlier this month, where I was like, they're all fabric. They're all fabric sneakers. When did I become just fabric sneakers? It's kind of hard to avoid it. I was like shopping for sneakers too. I was like, I feel like everything is fabric. Like everything is like fabric, like it's just like a fabric stretching on top of the sneaker. Completely fabric. But I kind of also like them because they're really easy to get into. It's not giving the yippee I need. I need more like maybe if I did more like that. It's the classic. I definitely will have to sketch over this again. It's gonna be like 3 layers of sketching, 3 sketches. I can't. I can't. I need to. I can't stop making things sketchy. Messy sketches. And then I wonder, man, I take so long to draw anything. What? Why? Why do I take forever compared to some artists? Because those artists aren't doing like 50 layers of sketches. Also, it's probably because I'm yapping a lot and stopping, yapping and stopping. And I don't detail. How detailed do I want these fingies to look? Not very. Not very, I think. I think something like that. That looks fine. I am pleased with the level of blobbiness that has. You know, the other day I was on Twitter and I saw people calling some post blob slop. And I was like, my goodness, we can't keep adding the word slop to everything. We can't call everything X slop, blah slop, whatever slop. I was like, what is blob slop? And then I learned it's like when people post memes and they're like of like things like this. Like, you know, they're like little comics. They're like comics using characters like this kind of art style, this little stick figurey like ooh. And I'm like, why are we calling this blob slop? Have we lost our minds? Are we just that cynical and angry about everything in our life now that we have to call little cute little stick figure comics blob slop? We're too angry in our life. We can't call the thing slop. Stop it. I have a friend who I actually do speculative evolution with, and he took his art degree as a major, and he can do a full piece for most of stuff in third semester because he learned how to quickly make stuff for deadlines. Yeah, I've known that. I've heard that a lot of people, if they went to art school, they're pretty good with like fast art. Though then I've also heard that you kind of lose that. You lose that skill as the farther you get away from like art school, like as you get older, because then you're like, well, I don't have to do deadline work anymore. Until you go to like, unless you work at like a profession. Like I know my friend, I don't know if she actually went to art school or not, but she was a studio animator for a cartoon, and she like she draws so fast, but then she also struggles to do like full like rendering illustration, because that's just not what she that's not her job. Her job is like doing like mostly storyboards, which are like blob. When my dad's like, Gran, go throw the slopses in the food. It makes me so angry when he says the word slops. And I don't know. I mean, slop is just like, it just feels like a negative word. I'm so tired of people using the word slop as like to mean something they don't like. It just feels like it's like a tired word. It's so tired. It's so like, can we be more descriptive and choose what words how we want to describe things we don't like? Can we have like a little bit of rational thinking and analytical discussion rather than going slop? And then animation. I want to try doing an animation. Does that work? I hate the word slop so much. If I could remove one word from the English dictionary, it would be that. Ah, let's see. Is there anything else I would remove? It is pretty bad. Slop is pretty bad. But I know if it's not slop, there would just be a new word. There would just be a new word these people would go to describe it. They would just say trash or something. I think I'm just over people. I'm over people having like one word like one word to describe how they feel about media. And it's slop now, but like a few years ago it was like mid. They would just say mid. Like it's mid. And I'm like, I hate the word mid so much because it says absolutely nothing about how you feel about it. It just means I don't know what to get, like I don't know how I'm supposed to think what the media is when you just say it's mid. Also, mid is just average. And sometimes people use mid to describe something that's like terrible. I'm like, you said it's average. Average is not, it's not that bad. You guys are, it's at least it's gone away, but then slop took its place. So is it really that much of an improvement? There's nothing wrong with middling media. We need the middling media so we know when we see really good media that we appreciate it. I don't want to do that. I think people just don't like using their words, is what I think it comes down to. No one likes. I think I got like I felt this the hardest when I tried to have a discussion with someone, and I like wrote like a little essay, I guess, just because I felt passionately about this media, and I just got told, well, you're writing way too much. I'm like, excuse me, I thought we were having a discussion. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to just say, yeah, it's okay? Is that where we're at now at the level of internet discourse? Maybe this is all because of the fall of forums. We need forums back in our lives. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to do close eyes. Then we can have that would be easier to animate. I was such a forum kid. And it feels like Reddit doesn't hit the same. Even though everyone's like, that's like a forum. This just does not have the same oomph as like a forum did. I wonder if it's because it's so much more split. Like it's the same, everything's on the same website, but you have like all these different like subreddits and different communities. And some subreddits, they're just not even really for discussing. Like I think I've been to a few game subreddits, and it's just literally people posting pictures of like the hot girls from like they're posting pictures of the hot girls from the show or the game, and I'm like, okay, that's cool and all. I'm not. You can do that if you want, but I would also like to talk. No one wants to talk anymore. I wonder if this also goes in with the fact like monoculture is like not a thing. No one's like, I feel like when you were in an anime forum, everyone watched like the same anime. Nowadays, I feel like it's a lot more. I feel like most people don't watch the same things or shows. They're just like not even just anime, just like literally anything. Though I was feeling a bit of the monoculture when like with how big Expedition 33 was, and I was like, wow, there's so many people talking about this game that I really like, and there's so much places to get discussion. Though I still found people just going, it's slop, and I'm like, okay, you're just saying words now. You're not even like, where's your criticism? You're not you're hello. Yeah, I want to talk. There are people that still want to talk. It's not fair to generalize. Everyone doesn't want to talk, but I will say I think a majority of people are not like they don't want to have discussions. I think people aren't really in like I feel like a lot of people don't seem very interested in like media discussion. Beyond like surface level going, "Oh, I think that media that that book, that show, that game is really good." My thing ring. It rang and I'm hold on. My doorbell rang. Okay, I'm back. It wasn't even for me. It was just a delivery guy trying to deliver something when I don't even have anything. He just wanted in because no one else was opening the door. Scared me. I hate hearing that noise. Did you read the article again? Oh yeah, I did in fact read the article. The flying reptile footprint one. I think it was just my thoughts on it were I don't have a lot of paleontological like knowledge, so it was hard to follow along just because I don't know, like they were like naming dinosaurs left and right, and I was like, I don't know what that one is, and then I had to look it up, and I was like, okay, I still don't really understand what that is, but I kind of get it. I like, okay, I've never seen that one, but okay. I don't even remember the names of them because they were really, really difficult names to, they were difficult names to pronounce and remember. But it was interesting to, I think the one that, there was the one where, I'm trying to remember correctly. I know they were surprised one of the dinosaurs wasn't like they were just also a ground dweller, not just in the sky. Tiny nitpick. They're not dinosaurs. Oh, they're not dinosaurs. Is it what would you officially call that? I guess just reptile. Ancient reptile. Anyway, it was very fascinating. Unfortunately, I am like I feel like I lack a lot of the background knowledge to be able to appreciate the research done, which I am sure is similar to like if I showed someone if I showed someone a random like biological dinosaur, like not dinosaur, biological bacteria paper, and it starts throwing a bunch of jargon at you, it would probably be hard to understand too. Unfortunately, but it was interesting to see the papers. I like seeing the papers of fields I'm not familiar with, and I try to get my best understanding of them, but I'm definitely not. I don't think I was able to appreciate the paper or an article. I even tried to look at this paper because it was on sale and I have access to it. I think I was, rather than the science, I think I was more enamored by like trying to understand how, if there's any differences in how academics write in different fields. And honestly, no matter what field you're in, I think your academic writing is pretty much the same. Academic writing is always going to be like always hard to digest. But it was cool seeing that I've never actually read a paper like non non-biological article really. Like and it was interesting to see like papers are basically laid out the same way, which is, it sounds stupid to say, but I didn't realize it would still be like results and figures and etc etc. It's all the same. It's just all the same still. But overall, I still enjoyed reading it, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. It's freaking out. My pen is freaking out, and I don't know why. Okay. I wonder how much bacteria some of those giant dinos carried around and on them. Probably a lot. Probably like a metric ton. I wonder what their gut microbiome looked like, Okay, maybe I don't need to draw. Maybe I don't need to redraw over another sketch. Maybe I can just do this. My historical bacteria knowledge is not, it's not like that great. But it would be interesting to see how that like, how, like, what kind of bacteria there were back then. And also if there's like anything incredibly unique with like the giant dinos and reptiles, like in regards to their like bacteria landscape. Speaking of science, I shared like a cool thing I saw on Twitter today. They FDA approved at-home cervical cancer screening test, and I was like, that's so amazing. I was like, I was kind of surprised that they're able to do that, but I read more deeply into like how the device works, and you basically still need to have a doctor kind of guide you, and they kind of guide you on what you're supposed to do, and then you send your results in, and then the doctor will call, like, have a telehealth conference with you to help interpret the results. Anyway, either way, I think it's really amazing to have those kind of things available at home now. Any kind of cancer screening at home is pretty like incredible. Well, I hope like we can keep improving that. The real amazing thing next would be to see like something for like colon cancer at home, because colonoscopies are probably the biggest barrier when it comes to like screening and prevention. Nobody wants to go get a colonoscopy. Pterosaurs are include dinosaurs, crocodiles, and other pets. Ah, I see. I see. My knowledge on anything reptilian dinosaur is quite limited, but I am learning. I am learning. I see that there's a lot of nuances. So much preference. Yeah, that's like one of the biggest reasons why, like, okay, there's like it's like a multitude of barriers of like access here. First, it's so much prep. You have to drink so much of the nasty laxatives to get your bowels completely cleaned. Nobody likes that. It's gross. And also, I think a lot of people are uncomfortable. Like they don't want they don't want to do the action of like getting their colon checked out. It's not pleasant. There's also, I think, I don't know if this is as prevalent now, but I know there used to be a stigma, like people, like a lot of men were super against getting colonoscopies because they did not want a doctor to look up their rectum, which is silly when it's like cancer prevention. But those are like the realities of like what you're supposed to do when you are a public health worker, and you have to figure out, well, how do I stop these people from like getting cancer? Mm. Oh, so is it pterosaur? Pterosaur? I hate when there's a silent P. I hate. That's enough. When I was like reading through that paper, I was like trying to pronounce some of these words, and it's so like difficult to like even try to. It was really giving cancer therapeutic pronunciation. Today at work, I had to explain like a recent FDA approval for a cancer therapeutic, and I was like, I prefaced what I was going to say to my coworkers and went, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Avutometinib and defactinib. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know if that was correct or not. But no one knew if it was correct or not. They just make things up, I swear. I've been contemplating making videos explaining paleontology into an easier to digest form so more people can get in. Yeah, if you can be the change you want to see. If you want to see people get into your hobbies and interests, you do that. And honestly, making videos on like your interests it's pretty fun. As someone who's been doing it for a bit now. It's just kind of like it depends on, like, of course, like how educational you want it to be, how silly you want it to be. Though I think on the internet, if you're trying to get people to listen to you, you have to have a bit of whimsy and silliness, or else nobody watches. Though if you don't care about anyone watching, like if you just want to get the good information out there, you make it as like educational and serious as you want it to be. Don't let the internet force you to be silly when you don't want to be silly. Hmm. I do have my YouTube account that I made videos on as a wee teenager. You can always get back into it. I always recommend. I feel like obviously I'm still pretty new at content creation, but it's like the most accessible it's ever been. In a way that also makes it more difficult. Like if you have aspirations of like getting big or making it, it is like harder also because it's so oversaturated. But if you just want to get your content out there, it's literally the easiest it's ever been. Like I feel like things have never been easier and more accessible. Like the software is like so accessible now, like anyone can do it. It's crazy. I didn't realize like just how much advancements they've made in like video editing software until like I like started doing it. I was like, oh, this is why everyone's able to make videos because it's so easy. I like being silly. Being silly is fun. I think jokes can make it more entertaining. Yeah, I also think it's fun to have a little bit of whimsy and silliness. That's the beauty of it being your own content. You can do it whatever you want. I've been hearing there are promising advancements in AI for treating cancer, the good side of AI that seems to rarely be talked about. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like one of the aspects of, like, of the big AI discussions you see online, you lose a lot of nuance because everyone wants to sweep everything under AI bad. And, AI is bad. There's a lot of problems with AI. Especially when we're talking about generative AI. Well, thank you for the head pat, and I will hydrate. There's a lot of problems with generative AI, and that's the one that is more public facing, I think. Like, obviously, I'm not going to fault Twitter user number 55 for not realizing there's scientific applications of AI when all they see about AI is some guy is like posting anime AI art that's like that uses a bunch of stolen art. But there's definitely a lot of good in AI when it comes to when it comes to like helping scientific advancements. Well, they sweep AI into basically just generative AI and not all other forms. Yeah, exactly. It's because, again, that's the most public facing. It's the one that everyone's going to think of. And then, unfortunately, even then, when you try to educate them on that, it's not like they don't seem to really care or understand. And it sucks that it is like that. But I do think that we're gonna see a lot of great advancements because of AI in our being utilized in scientific research. And even in the case of generative AI, I would say this maybe unfortunately. Unfortunately, there are some good applications for it even in our like research. I like at work as a writer, we've been even thinking of how to utilize generative AI to kind of quickly go through papers and like fine tune these LLMs to be able to scan for the information we want. It's still going to be a while before we can say, okay, this is like something we can rely on 100% without actually having someone vet like is the LLM correct or not. But if it ends up working, it would save a lot of time, and we can as I can use my brain power to move to focus on things that are beyond what an LLM can do. Like now that I don't have to waste like 8 hours of the day reading the papers, I have the information like easily digestible. I can think about how we are applying this information and how we can like take all this info and, you know, help create a better database. Which is basically my job. I have no aspirations for getting big. I just want to share my love of paleontology. And that's completely fine. I think most people, or maybe maybe I'm being too generous. Maybe most people do want to be big when they make content. Maybe there's most people do have like an inkling of wanting fame. Anyway, making just like educational content and like sharing your knowledge out there, that is also, you can do that for sure. Sometimes you can just get big just from that. And I know some people, they want to get big when they do these things because they just want to share more of their knowledge out there with the world. Which I completely understand. I've seen some amazing educational content, and it feels so sad like no one there's like no one watching it. But it just makes me glad that at least it exists at least. Some of my videos, well, one of my videos, the one where I talked to, like I just did a stream highlight of my like academic journey. It was like it's only like it's like really low video, like low viewers. There's only like 30 views on it, which is very teeny tiny. And it's not I didn't make that expecting it much, but I have gotten like multiple very sweet comments from people saying how they enjoyed hearing that and how they enjoyed listening and hearing someone going through something similar for like their own like in their own situation. And I was like, that's all I need to like go like, oh, that's so wonderful and amazing. I am glad I made that. I'm glad that content is in the world. It's too bit dark. I can't see anything here. Ad break over. You know, I feel like trying to make things for the purpose of getting big, it must surely be quite exhausting. I mean, I've been making like shorts and stuff. Why was I unfollowed? What do you mean you're unfollowed? On Twitch? Oh, and welcome back. I gave you a follow button on Twitch. Oh, that's so weird. That is very, very strange. I don't know why. I wonder if you click it, will it like tell you, will it like say you followed? You were getting live notifications? You know, I swear I think all of these, it said nothing for you. Nope, it didn't say anything. Okay, so I think it was just a bug. I swear like a lot of these sites, they're so buggy nowadays. On like even on Twitter, I get told like sometimes it randomly will unfollow people and I'm like, I did not unfollow you. All these sites are falling apart, I swear. They're all falling apart. I have no desire to get big. Just want to share my love of paleontology with a wider audience. Yeah, I think that's great. You should do that if you want. You should make the content and share whatever you want to talk about. It's really fun. And if you happen, like, and you maybe you'll be able to find your own audience. I think the problem, a lot of people, they get pretty disheartened making educational content when there's like no views. And I completely get that feeling. Like you go through so much work to like put together interesting information and like nobody watched it. It's a bit sad. But that's just what it is. That's just how it is in this big old internet content creation field. Probably lots of cutting costs by laying people off and not checking what they actually work on. Some bad project managers. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there is there's a lot of perhaps people not doing anything and twiddling their thumbs, and then things breaking and nobody's doing anything to fix anything. It's all going downhill. I know, especially for Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, I don't know how many people even work there anymore, but it feels like it's been running on bare bones for a while. I keep saying I want to move to Blue Sky, but then nobody's on Blue Sky, and so then I feel less inclined to want to be on there. It's so, like, it's so rough. The social media monopoly. But even Blue Sky, I think I've talked about this. It feels so dead. I think it's just, again, because there's not as many people on it compared to other social media. And also, it's like the algorithm, quote unquote algorithm, is a lot less about poisoning you and putting brain rot in your brain. And it's much more about your tailored experiences, which I think a lot of people probably, they would enjoy that. Yeah, it's not great. It's unfortunate that the website is like feels not like just barring cultural and political aspects. It just feels unusable sometimes. Things just don't work. I was annoyed when I was trying to schedule a post, and I realized you can't schedule a post if you have like you can't schedule things like if there's multiple tweets you're trying to schedule at once. And I'm like, what? I just want to schedule this one tweet with a reply added onto it. Now I can't do that. I had a friend who worked for a major tech company who was laid off as part of a wave of layoff, only for the CEO to say they want to focus on doing a thing my friend was one of the main experts on. Yeah, is that not how it goes? These companies are so... They're just... It's almost like laughable. Like if this wasn't like someone's real job and livelihood on the line, it's like it feels like there should be like a laugh track playing on it, because going like, this stupid boss, ha 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 ha. But then you realize it's like an actual very rich, powerful person saying very stupid things. Hmm. I don't like this little wiggly part right here. Okay. That looks better. Yeah. Can I like make it a little lighter so I can see what I'm doing? I guess I can take that off. That looks better. That looks good. And then we do this. Doop. It's mostly a focus on short-term stock prices. They can do things that will drive it up in the short term, but they don't care about the long term since they can just cash their stocks out before it falls too far. Yeah. When I learned, like, or not learned, I guess, but realized this is all like it's about like making sure they can cash out and then they can buy back and then they can cash out and they can buy. When I learned that's kind of just like the modus operandi for a lot of these like CEOs and like executives, I was like, whoa. They're just gambling 24/7. It's not much of a gamble though because it's pretty guaranteed gains, but it's crazy. It's truly unfair. What about us? What about us, the working people? Insider trading, yeah. Insider trading. It is very sad to see how uh sad to see how many services and products just like fall so far because of things like that. Just greed. Just greedy, greedy, greedy people. Thank you for the head pat. I was just hydrating. You know, I was like rummaging around through some like old family things, and I was looking at like there was like a lot of garbage of the year, like of years long ago, and I was just like going crazy over how cheap things were back in the day. Like there was like some old receipts, and I was like, what the heck? You could buy a whole meal with this little money? You can buy a whole meal like with $10? Truly made me think times sure have changed. And short-term greed too, because long-term growth could be big. Yeah. It's overall just sad. Makes me mad. Grr. Grr. Oh, I should have drawn the eyes on a different layer. That is a problem. Okay. A coffee and a muffin at my favorite coffee place is like $11. Yeah, that's definitely like, that is like the, when I go out, like for anything, like if I just want like a tasty treat of some kind, I know I'm gonna spend like $15 or so. And that's just how it is. That's just the way it is. Cut and paste. Sorry, I am like separating the eyes from this layer. I wanna clean. What? Did I just cut and paste? Cut and paste. Okay, yeah, there we go. And then I wanna clean this up. Could get what felt like a ton of food for $5 back then. Yeah, there was like a time when I feel like you could like go to a corner store and get like basically what felt like a whole meal. Like you can get a sandwich, chips, and a drink. And you probably were coming out of there with like less than $10 spent. Nowadays, if I went to like the corner store and asked for like a sandwich and chips and a drink, it's probably like, it might be closer to $20. And realistically, said coffee place, a local place, and lovely people. I'm almost up to 1,500, so I get a 5. I feel like I can't. It's like hard to justify like going out to get my tasty treats sometime, because I'm like, what's so expensive? It adds up really fast too. Suddenly, I walk. I like to take a little daily walk, and it's hard. I have to start. I can't say yes to a tasty treat every daily walk, because that's gonna be so expensive. It's gonna be like, it could be like $70 a week just like walking to get like, I take a walk and get like coffee and a drink, or coffee and a pastry. So miserable. They're taking the tasty treats away from me. Maybe that's why this country is, not even just this country, maybe that's why this world's so sad. We can't afford the tasty treats when we go on walks anymore. I guess I should separate the mouth too. Yeah, I guess I should. Cut and paste. Should all be on this layer. Yeah. I'm gonna order dinner because I don't really feel like cooking because it's just a little hot. And I already know I'm gonna spend it's gonna be so expensive. And then I'm gonna go, why did I spend all this money on ordering dinner? Why did I spend all this money on dinner? Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's lasso tooling. Ah, I see. Should eyebrows also be on this layer? I guess it's also an expression. That reminds me, I have to go grocery shopping. I'm gonna make tomorrow. I'll make dinner, and then I won't even have anything anymore. Grocery shopping in the middle of the weekday. So annoying. Traveling just always wrecks my schedule. It feels like my internalized schedule. I feel like I do things on a specific day, and my grocery runs are on a Sunday, and then I couldn't do that, and now it's all out of whack. Everything's discombobulated. No, I have even more travel to do later this month too. Such a busy month. Such a busy month. Thankfully, I think next month is pretty calm though. Next month is the month of everyone's going on vacation. And then I don't go on vacation. But then it's basically like vacation because nobody else is at work. You just slowly do a little bit of work. Just a bit to make it seem like you were at least present. And then I think, do I want to go on vacation? I'm thinking about my own PTO. I think I have a lot of PTO saved up, and they're gonna get mad at me for not using my PTO. I think I would really struggle in places that have unlimited PTO. I feel like I only end up taking time off when I get the angry HR email about having too many PTO hours and how I'm gonna hit the limit. But if I had unlimited, I feel like I would be told, no one's gonna yell at me to do that. And then I would just end up never taking time off. And then I would never, ever, ever, ever take time off. And then I would die, is the gist of it. Seems like there's a lot of travel in the medical research industry. I have another friend who does something with research trials and they have to travel every week. Yeah, there is so much travel. I don't do any research now, but this time of the year is conference season, and conferences are so much traveling. And I know for the people that do clinical trials, they have to go check on their patients in the clinical trial site and see if everything's operating, and it's rough. That's really one of the hardest harder demanding jobs. I would not want to run a clinical trial. Yeah, any conference parties? No, not really. I don't. The only party is going to be all of. It's not even free food. There was a time when I would be excited to go to conference party, like conferences, because there's free food. But the food there is like they've started like charging money, and now you have to pay. Though I mean, I guess get reimbursed, so it's not like a actual concern. The fact I have to pull out my card and go like, yeah, here's my card for your hotel food. Insane. Whenever I go to conferences, I feel like there's not many people at like my age. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. I just don't know them. But the people I get introduced to by my colleagues and like we hang out, they're like moms and dads and much older, and I like and then they start catching up on being a mom and dad, and they're talking about their family life, and I'm like, yeah. And then I go, yep, gonna go home, gonna go to the hotel. There's no parties I can find. I will probably like what I usually like doing when I go to conferences is like finding a nice place to eat and then going out to eat by myself. Especially when they're at nice cities, and so it's like, ooh, I can find like maybe I can find a tasty restaurant. The problem is though, it will not be reimbursed. They're not. My company would look at my bill and go, "What? You just ate by yourself? Denied." I don't think they like reimbursing restaurant dinners if you are just eating by yourself. They're like, you better be eating with other people, other colleagues, and networking. Sometimes I just want to have a tasty meal by myself, guys. I'm not excited for the conferences where I have to like drag a whole bunch of stuff for our like company like showcases. And then talk to people and be like very professional and collegiate and like, yeah, easier to file for taxes or something. I actually have no idea. I like maybe it is tax related, but when I submitted something once and they're like, you ate by yourself. And there's like like when you submit your paperwork, there's even like a little score it calculates for you after you answer all the questions. It goes like, here's your chance likelihood of getting like reimbursed, and it like gave me like a 1, and I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, they didn't reimburse it. I didn't mind though. I went to that restaurant knowing like I was well above the per diem anyway. I was just expecting maybe they'll cover a bit of the per diem, but they didn't. They did not. They didn't care. And I was like, okay, whatever. I did it again. I drew on the same layer. Hold on. This should all get cut away. Same with this. This should also get cut away. Yeah, conferences are still fun, even though I get so exhausted after them. It's one of the most exhausting parts. I think it's about just traveling and being like cut, like like smiley mode 24/7. And also, you're just surrounded by people who I love being surrounded by people way smarter than me, and I love talking about science. But then it's like they're talking about advanced science for like 6 days straight for 24/7, and also it's like related to my job, and they're basically telling me things about my job, like stuff they would like to see at my job and stuff projects they'd like to see me work on. And I'm like, it's yeah, it's hee I yeah. It's a small price to pay for how much I enjoy my work. And it's only like a small portion of what I do. It's only this time of year where it's like really busy like that too. Hmm. I'm trying to think if I want the hair to be like in front or behind. I think I like it in front better. It just looks nicer. Even though maybe it might not make as much sense. That's probably way too thick. It should probably be more... Ah! That looks fine. That looks better. Okay. And since the arms are moving, I want to also put these on a different layer. I should probably do this. And like that. Perhaps something like that. And a little bit of that. Little arms go up in the air. Okay. Then we do the little fingies. Something like that, I think. No. Don't really like that. Why don't I like that? Maybe if I do this first. Maybe it's because there's not enough space and I don't really want it to be cut off. Yeah, I don't want the fingers to be cut off. So let me change the canvas size here. Just a bit. Just a bit. And then... I always feel like drawing fingers like that looks very, like... I've seen people just get accused for being AI art because of that, and I also think that's so silly. The little fingers, like, attached and kind of, like, melded into one look. It is so silly what people want to, like, go like, oh, that's AI. That's AI. Look at these things. And then I love pictures like this. Like, they do a call and, like, look, this is AI. And then it's like, they're just, these people are just circling random things like that. And they show me a picture, that, like, that's their call out post. And it's just a bunch of things with a red circle. And I'm like, what part's AI? It's so silly. Not that it's not important, like, I don't want to see AI art either, but I think I've seen more people, like real artists, get called out than actual AI artists. Some people accusing people of AI have been doing the same kind of art for like 10 years. Yeah, it's like, buddy, this person's been around doing this. They're doing that just cuz. And it's always people, it's it's like always people, I don't think they know, they don't really get art. And they'll be like, a human would never do this, and it's like a little loop-de-loop of hair, and like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I drew it in a place you can't see. But yeah, it'll be like a little loop of hair, and like, yeah, maybe it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but they just did it. It's truly like, it's upsetting. People, like, I've seen, unfortunately, like a lot of real artists feel like they have to deactivate because they can't stop getting called an AI artist, and it's so sad. It's like, where do you think the AI got that art from? Where do you think the AI got that style from? It didn't just like make it up. I think AI, like art. Oh, hi Beppo. Hi, I hope you're having a good day. I think AI art is just like, it's too nuanced of a discussion for the likes of people on Twitter to talk about, who get mad at everything and call it things slop and mid, and that's the end of their discussion. To tie it all together with what we talked about today. It's all slop. It's all slop. That's the end of that. It's all slop. I was just talking about how sometimes you'll see AI art being called out, and it's like it's really silly seeing how it gets called out, because it'll be like, they'll call it like a human artist, and then they'll do like, they'll circle random things like the eye, the mouth. They'll circle the randomest things on a piece of art and then go, nope, that's AI art. It's like, no, buddy, that's not it. Oh, goodbye, Gren. Sucks for the people who have the style that a lot of the AI looks like due to the style being poisoned to help people. Yeah, there's I can't I don't know their names off the top of my head, but there's like a few artists I know off like I just like can recognize immediately that they are like famous artists that have been online for like so long now, and they've just been fed to the AI machine, and now their style is like, AI is considered the AI garbage style. Especially like, it's like art styles where it's like it's like the anime realism kind of mesh. Have I seen the trading cards? Is this like which trading cards? Is this the TFT trading card thingy? Ah, you can't see what happened, but like Windows 11 just like decided to open up its whole sidebar at me. For TFT, the AI project that's going on. Oh, I didn't know. Huh. I didn't see I know there was like a TFT trading card thing. I didn't realize there's like AI art project. It's like an AI art project. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to like look at it. Even people knowing it was made by a human, it still has an off feeling for some. Yeah, I think that I'm not good at it. Hold on, but I can try my best. Art. Hold on, let me put it on a different layer. Art that has this like sheen, this like like the way I can't depict it. I'm not good enough to do it. But like the art that has like this really plasticky sheen like to their rendering style, I think like that it's nothing wrong with that style, but it's definitely now I feel like associated with AI. But I know many artists who used to just draw like that. That was just their art style. They had like a really realistic like plasticky look to it. That was just kind of their style. But now it's like that's like AI. That's like the AI tell. I opted out because I don't want my polar bear turned into an AI trading card. No kidding, I wouldn't want that either. And almost every TFT streamer enabled it in their channels. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really like the TFT community, though sometimes I feel like they they just don't care sometimes about these kind of issues, and like it disappoints me. Like they just like they'll just do whatever, and I'm like, and then they don't think about like what this actually means. It's pretty sad. But I'm not really in tune with like this project. I'm gonna have to like after stream I'm gonna like get the details because I want to know. I do know Sylvia. Sylvia, she made lots of wonderful emotes. We came to the same conclusion: the TFT community does not care. People say, yeah, yeah. I think unfortunately expecting some of these TFT streamers to care about these things, it's like asking for a lot. And I don't mean it in like any offensive way or anything. They're lovely people, I'm sure, but they just yeah, that's just not in their wheelhouse of caring. I think it's similar to like almost what your average duder online probably feel like, not online. Your average duder in real life probably feels about AI art. They don't really care that much. They will use it and they don't really care. They don't really have any thoughts one way or another. No strong opinions towards like what AI art actually means. Maybe because they don't really know artists. I'm not sure. Or maybe they're just disconnected from art in general. I'm not a fan of AI art. Oh, neither am I, Cal. Neither am I. It's just unfortunate. It feels like an inevitable, like, rolling ball that's coming towards us, and there's not much to do about it. I feel like we just, like, I don't expect any kind of, like, legal entity to stop it. I think I got frustrated at some community members. They tried getting a TFT VTuber to enable the cards on her channel. Well, I feel like, okay, asking a VTuber to do it is like very silly. Like most VTubers are, VTubing is like inherently very connected to the art community. Simply, I don't know if I don't know. It's just so that's so silly. I would also get frustrated, Beppo. I don't blame you. People people are just kind of ignorant. I don't I don't know if that's mean to say, but maybe like I don't mean it in like a negative, like a super negative way either. I just think they don't know if they like really understand. I wish it was ubiquitous though. I saw a VTuber using a Gen AI avatar the other day. I have noticed though, like I can't even I guess say that about VTubing. Like VTubers are against AI because that's just kind of been more popular now as people using shortcuts. I guess as VTubers become more popular, it's inevitable that people are looking for the easy way outs of getting a model instead of like paying lots of money or doing it themselves. These glasses are crooked AF. There was even like a Twitter controversy I know a while ago with someone like a VTuber showing off AI art and then defending it, saying, "Well, how am I supposed to know? And also, who cares? It's my community, my art, my blah blah blah." It's really like defensive. I don't know. Again, I am curious how things are going to develop. I feel like the AI art stuff is developing very, very fast. Like, it's definitely come to the point where we can't discussion about how it looks is not really relevant anymore. Because I know some people get hung up on that. They still go like, "Oh, it doesn't even look good. Like, it looks bad. It looks fake still. Like, it looks like obvious AI." And it's like, okay, you can feel those things. You can feel those things all you want. Valid feelings. Valid. But I don't think that's like important now because the technology is like changing so much. It's improving like really, really fast. Like how it looks now compared to a few months ago is kind of insane. How it looks now compared to like what? Was it like a year or two ago with DALL-E 3? When people would make like court like Shrek in the courtroom as a courtroom sketch, like memes or whatever, like stuff like that. It's so different looking compared to how it is now. But yeah, even if it looked good, I would hate it. Yeah, like I think there's like components of it about like the ethical components of how it got to the point of how it's able to do those things, and also there's also the environmental concerns even too of like how it like looks, how it's generating, how are we generating that power to do that. I think those are the more valid things, and also understanding how like how do I support a human artist. I think the reality is most people don't care about support. I don't think your average person unfortunately cares about supporting a human artist. Like that's like the least of their concerns. The empathy buckets are empty, guys. I'm like, I should just use a circle tool to do these glasses, but I'm so indignant about doing it myself. That looks fine. That looks good enough to me. I can edit it later. I wonder if I want to move all of this down. I feel like I'd rather show the ahoge like up here. But then I don't know if I want to, because like I don't know if I want to make the canvas bigger to accommodate that. Oh, welcome to the Petri dish, Cal. Thank you for checking in. Okay, I think the line art is basically done. I should flip it though. I'm gonna flip it and see horrors beyond my imagination. Oh, that wasn't that bad. It's the wrong layer. Oops. Too big. Too big. Is a liquefy tool not just like OP broken? Who's balancing this? also do this. You can't be horrified if you never flip the canvas. That's true. You know, I was not a big canvas flipper for like most of my art career. I feel like I rarely ever flipped the canvas. But I've been trying to be better about that now. Because I do catch a lot of things. It's unfortunate how effective it is. Okay. And then I guess that line art, that is done. And then I wanted to draw the second part, which is the eyes closed. I remember once I showed a speed paint, and I never flipped my canvas, and I got told, like, people were watching my speed paint, and they were like, "Why don't you flip your canvas?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And they're like, "Are you cheating? Are you tracing? Are you a hat? Are you a fraud?" Like, I don't really do it. I'm sorry. It's not. No, I'm not a cheater. I just don't do that. Don't make fun of me. I've only been drawing for a couple of years now and never got into the habit of remembering to flip. It's, yeah, if you, like, build up the habit, it definitely, it's a good tool. It's unfortunate how good of a tool it is, but it's good. It's just like, yeah, if you don't have the habit, it can be really hard to remember. I know, like, you should really be doing it as you work. That way you can catch things as you go. I'm like, I tend to be okay, I finished the line art, let me look at it now, and then liquefy everything. Or sometimes you can't liquefy the horrors, and I'm like, oh god, it's too late, it's all falling apart. Like, I'm pretty sure I need to liquefy these eyes. Or what if I just copy it? Who cares? Can't I just copy this over? Because I don't really... copy and paste. Flip. I need to put my... I keep telling myself I need to set up my tablet keyboard, like my buttons, so I don't have to keep clicking things manually. I keep clicking the edit bar. Yeah, that looks fine. And then I want the mouth closed. I also have to change the hands. That's right. That's right. Okay, that's fine. I haven't done an animation on Clip Studio Paint yet, so I'll have to like play around. I think I just don't know how to even do that right now. So I'll have to work on that off stream. It probably shouldn't be hard. It's considering it's a really simple animation of like 2 frames. Okay, I think we're going to be wrapping it up simply because I am so hungry. You can't hear anything, but my stomach has been rumbling for like the past like 30 minutes. I've just been going grr, grr, over and over and over. I really need to. It's like so conflicting. Sometimes I'd like go like I like streaming at this time because it's like right after work and I'm kind of already in like a social mindset. And if I put it off any longer, I'm gonna have to like get into the mood to do things again. But then I get really hungry. So I should like prepare dinner before like the end of work. But then I forget. then I just forget. And then it's it's an endless cycle. Maybe I need to send myself reminders. Okay, I am really hungry, so I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for hanging out today, and my next stream is on Friday. And we're gonna do a tier list stream on like different science protocols, and I think it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye 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 bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye 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 bye.